Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fans of the Framework Facebook Live. I'm Jane McLeod, and this is Resiliency Series number 4 of 4. We've kind of covered the why behind a need for a resiliency series, and especially to help those of us who work in healthcare. And then we went through Eat, Move, Sleep. And this has been based on the work of Tom Rath, as well as my own personal thoughts and feelings and recovery from being a burned out healthcare leader. So today is all about eat, but I'd like to kind of explain hi Sherilyn, my location. I'm in Golden, Colorado. Yesterday, I spent the day with amazing, over-the-top, wonderful nursing leaders with one token VP of HR and doing a nursing bundle boot camp in Grand Junction, Colorado. It was hosted by the Western Health Alliance, which is one of those amazing over-the-top organizations that helps people that work in rural areas of our country. And actually, they serve several states with their assistance. So a big shout out and thank you to Summer Markley and the fine folks, and Angelina and the fine folks at the Western Health Alliance. So in case, if you love these resiliency series that kind of thread in between our small bites of leadership that we offer on Fans of the Framework, I'm going to be doing another one, probably not until the beginning of November. And that one is going to be all about how to manage your stress during the holidays. We know what happens, right? And a lot of times we just try to gut it out. So the name of that series will be called Add Fuel to the Fire, Manage Your Stress. Okay, so why did I choose Eat last when clearly the book is named Eat, Move, Sleep? Clearly E comes before M and S, which is probably why Tom Rath, the author of the book Eat, Move, Sleep, did this. But I think I did that. It's my biggest resiliency problem, I would say. One of many. It's also one of the most difficult ones to change for any of us because food is very personal to all of us, isn't it? We emotionally eat, we stress eat, we socially eat. We eat for so many other reasons besides to nourish our body, okay? And it's behavioral. It's very personal to us and how we were raised, but it's also part of our behaviors. And when you consider that it's a behavior, guess what? Our behaviors were solidified by the time we were age 7. So when I teach behavior standards to leaders in healthcare, and I say, hey, you didn't raise these people that are working with you, right? Their behaviors were solidified by the age of 7. It's their mother's fault. So I would love to blame my eating problems on poor Colleen, but I am not going to do that, and I don't think any of you should blame your mother. It's behavior. It's something we need to do about it, and 90% of the solution to any problem is knowing that you have one in the first place, right? The second thing is that it takes just enormous energy to do the job of a leader. Enormous energy. And I think it was one of the greatest realizations that Sue and I had after we started our company. And we wanted to make sure that we stayed resilient and stayed able to serve in the way that we wanted to be able to serve our clients and our partners and change healthcare to make it a more positive place. It just takes enormous energy. So we had to develop this mantra of eat well, move well, sleep well, and we will live well. And we say it to each other all the time. And you need to develop your own mantra because you need enormous energy to do your job. So with that energy comes fuel. And the food that you use to nourish your body is actually fuel. And, I've worked in healthcare for a really long time. It'll be 38 years this August, if you can believe that. And if you don't, and that's not counting nursing school. And so dietitians throughout the entire time have been saying, everyone I've ever worked with said, we are what we eat. We are what we eat. We are what we eat. Well, you get tired of listening to that, but guess what? They were right all along. We are what we eat. And if we shove crap in, the energy that comes out is crap, right? The energy that comes out is crap. So we can no longer shove crap in. So I want to talk about, again, I recommend the book, Eat, Move, Sleep. He's got some just fascinating research on how to nourish your body in a more positive way. And it's just, again, like the rest of the book, it's really, really small stuff. Eat your vegetables first. Make sure your plate is more than half filled with vegetables. Make sure that you pay attention to the dirty dozen for organic type stuff. My focus with you today is a little bit different. It's things that I have discovered along the way, and it's not about weight loss. Eating well, nourishing your body shouldn't be about weight loss, because you may fail if you're not going for health and vibrancy and feeling really great and beautiful and amazing about yourself. Then you may not be successful, right? It's got to be more about health and the sustainability of the energy level that you want. So, but a nice little side effect of some of these things is weight loss. So I have 4 suggestions today. Sorry, Cindy Chicker, I know you like the number 3, and I ordinarily like the number 3 too. But as I was going through this, I just had to add a 4th. Okay, so the first one is forgiveness. And I talked about that in the first series, or in the first session of the series, because I think it's really, really important to know that we are not Spider-Woman, Batman, Superwoman, Wonder Woman. We are not a superhero at all. We can act like that most days. We can treat ourselves like that most days, and we are certainly not perfect. And if you go through this endless cycle of blame for what you eat, or a lack of exercise, you're just wasted time and self-hatred. So throw it away. Make sure that of anybody who receives your umbrella of grace, it's you first, right? Care of yourself first, care of your team and your family second, and your family is kind of your team. And then everything else just happens. All right. So forgiveness, number 1. Number 2 is water. Okay. So the research recommends 64 ounces of fluids, non-caffeinated, non-carbonated, preferably just still water throughout the day. And it's amazing how much fuel this provides for you, how much energy this is, because too often we confuse crankiness, irritability, a lack of energy, being tired with sometimes hunger, sometimes just plain old, I don't want to be here, I hate this place. And actually what's probably happening is you're dehydrated, right? We get dehydrated. Okay. And so, water is really, really important. And then there's also a lot of research that says that if your intended side effect may be to lose weight, that you should drink half of your body weight in fluid ounces of water. Now, don't go crazy with this, all right? I remember one time we were having a wellness contest at the hospital where I led for 23 years. And a leader informed me that he was going to have to drink a lot of water, like 150 ounces of water, if he was truly going to achieve half his body weight. So we kind of cranked it on down for my friend and said, okay, well, that's ridiculous. And it probably will feel like you never leave the bathroom if you drink between 90 and 100. So, but that's what it may take for some of you. But 64 is a bare minimum. Big fat hint: buy yourself the most amazing 32-ounce container that you love, that you love to look at. Put a glass or steel metal straw in it. You drink water faster if you drink it through a straw, and go to town every day. And you only got to fill that baby up twice a day, right? So the second thing is to eat real food. Michael Pollan is a slow food activist and food movement author, and his landmark book is Eat Real Food, Mostly Vegetables. Okay. And what I mean by real food is stay away from the inner aisles of the grocery store, stay away from things in packages and boxes. And if your food is in packages or boxes, because that's just your lifestyle, that's what you have to do. Make sure that when you read the ingredients and read the labels, and I highly suggest you read every label of everything you put in your mouth, that make sure that it's less than 5 ingredients and that they're all recognizable as food ingredients. So know what you're eating, know where it comes from, make sure it's whole, right? It's actually real food. And that has been the most amazing journey for myself and my family, to just realize that America's food system is making us sick and fat, that many of us are digging our graves with our forks. And how can we stop that? And again, this doesn't have anything to do with your weight. How you can stop that is by really being considerate of what you're putting in your mouth. Now, I'm not saying, oh, Jane's saying we have to start cooking, and I hate cooking, and I'm just not going to do that, right? You don't. You don't. In today's world, there are a lot of like-minded people out there. You can find them everywhere you go, okay? And I live in a food desert, trust me. And you can find them everywhere you go, where people are really serious about making sure that our government hears us and that we want to eat real food, okay? Stand up for your food. Stand up for what you put in your mouth, and make sure that it's actually food. And number 4, eat what makes you feel amazing. Eat food that smells delicious and is a beautiful, vibrant color, and that when you eat it, it does nourish your body. Not your emotions, not your stress. It's not a temporary fix. It's not a Band-Aid. I mean, an example is I love donuts. I love donuts passionately. And but I know that when I eat a donut, I am going to feel bad in a very quick hurry, that I can't eat a donut while I'm working. None of you would like that if I ate a donut while I was working, because I'd be passed out on the floor somewhere sucking my thumb. So, eat what makes you feel amazing. And that is different for everybody, right? That's different for everybody. So I'm not recommending a certain combination of carbs or protein or fat or whatever. What I'm recommending is you find out what makes you feel amazing, what sustains you, what gives you great energy, and then stick with it. Because when you find that magic, it's amazing. So there's your 4. There's the last of the resiliency series, Eat, Move, Sleep, and we ended with Eat. The call to action today is we are bringing to you live 2 summits in the month of October. So the Capstone Leadership Summit is a 2.5-day workshop that is meant to be learning in smaller groups. We do have seating that is limited. In fact, I think Brad Zeller from Hayward Area Memorial Hospital may have registered our last 2 seats at the Hayward Summit. I'm not sure, but I'm going to check on that. So seating is limited. The 2 summits going on this fall in October, one in Michigan, Eaton Rapids, Michigan at the English Inn, which if you've never been is a to-die experience. And the second one is at the beautiful Water's Edge facility in Hayward, Wisconsin, which is in northern Wisconsin. So you can't make either one of those. Please go to our training page, www.capstoneleadership.net, and check out the 2020 events that we're hosting. And know that when you go to a Capstone Leadership Summit, a C-suite retreat or the Nursing Bundle Bootcamp, that you will have actionable items that you can put in place the next day you go to work, right? So thank you very much and have a great day.